Chris said congratulations on a wonderful victory with Bud Crawford over the weekend, but back involved in Team Eubank for this fight. When did that all come about, and what do you think of this man here, Conor Benn, as a challenge?
Well, first of all, I just want to say thanks for, this great event. I'm happy to be a part of. How it came about was just by a phone call, and after I watched the first fight, and when they called for the second fight, we tried to get together for the first fight, but the timing wasn't right. When they called, it was a no-brainer. So I'm just happy to be here, be a part of a historical fight.
How much better do you believe your man, Chris Eubank Jr, can be in this fight?
Well, I'll tell you what, and this is no knock on them over there, I believe it's going to be a little bit easier this time. For the simple fact he already got his number. It's hard to get away from when somebody already done beat your ass. That's hard because it's already stuck in your head.
They said I'm too old, Coach. They said I don't want it anymore. They said I'm washed up.
Hey, they're going to find out.
That's right.
I have just been informed in my ear, a special message from His Excellency Turki El Al-Sheikh, who says that Eddie Hearn is more popular than Chris Eubank Jr because he has his own Netflix documentary.
That's good news. Chris can watch that tonight. 6 episodes.
Yeah. We all know about that, how you're postering me all over your trailers and stuff like that. The guy that doesn't deserve to be here, and you're using me in all your trailers for
I know.
It's okay.
You made me a lot of money in
One thing you're not going to do is promote that.
One thing was amazing.
At
Got
my
the
press
People's
conference.
Champ. Got 6 episodes, 5 hours of work.
It doesn't matter how many episodes you
pull your plonker
you're
off
still
going
to
to that. You'll be loving
a
it.
scumbag promoter that uses other fighters
blocks ambulance,
to propel yourself into the limelight.
Loses tone.
You're so famous. You talk more than your fighters do. Look at you.
That's my job.
Conor hasn't said a word. You're the only one talking.
I'm bored listening to you about Robert Smith moaning like a baby as the mask slips.
I'm talking
Jamie,
because otherwise, if I don't
talking,
talk,
be quiet.
You sit.
You shut your mouth down there.
And nobody wants to hear you talk. No one wants to hear about it.
It's out now. Enjoy the episodes.
Thank you. No one's going to watch it, mate. Good luck.
Trainer Tony Sims, a quick word from yourself. When you think about the game plan, Tony, what perhaps didn't go to plan in April, and what do you believe will be different this time round?
Yeah, look, the fight was a tremendous fight for the fans. Both boys put everything on the line, and it was a great fight, and I believe, and Conor knows this, that he's got to make adjustments to beat Chris the next time. But I believe that Conor's got it in his locker to do that, and I think he was too much emotionally involved in that first fight. I believe that there was a lot of firsts that happened to him. Obviously, first fight up at middleweight. As we know, he's a welterweight, and it was his first fight at middleweight. First time topping the bill in a big stadium. And obviously his first loss, so, he's got to overcome that, and he's got to make these adjustments, but I believe that he will do that. And I believe that he will become victorious this time.
And for you, Nigel, as well, albeit it didn't go the way of your son, what were your overriding feelings and emotions when you left Tottenham Hotspur Stadium that night?
I was actually all right about it. Chris put up a good fight. But to me, that was Conor at his worst. He was winging punches in, throwing them left, right, not even thinking about what he was doing. Everything that we practiced for the 12 weeks of training, he didn't do one thing. Absolutely one thing. And he had him hurt so many times, but yet he kept on showing all the punches that he was going to throw. And I thought to myself, mate, that weren't even a real Conor. But I'm glad that he done 12 rounds with a middleweight. And the funny thing about it, we all keep saying that, we made him struggling with the weight, but Chris is IBO middleweight champion. He fights at 160 all the time, the last 4 fights have been at 160. So why are we all saying...
Not with a rehydration clause, though.
Struggling at the weight. But you understand...
Ben, he didn't miss the rehydration clause, he missed his 160 weight. Why are you even up here, bruv? I don't even know why you're up here.
Conor.
No, but I genuinely don't know why you're sitting up here.
What are you famous for?
I don't know why you're sitting up here. It ain't about that, bro. I don't even know why you're
what are
sitting
you
up here.
famous for?
Ben, not the time.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is. It's just like all we got to do wait for November the 15th, mate, and we see the real Conor, not running away, not lunging the punches in, taking his time, doing the best that I know that he can do. That just went the real Conor, and that's why I'm happy that he done 12 hard rounds, and yet he had him wobbling about 3 or 4 times, but didn't know how to finish him because the occasion got to him, and he went in there. What got in Conor's head? He kept on saying, I'm going to take his head off, I'm going to take his head off. If he'd have said, like, you know what, yeah, I'm going to box him. He didn't. He went in there thinking, I'm going to take his head off. And that reminded me the same when he fought the French guy, Paynard. Just want to go in and take his head off. Winging the punches in, I thought, oh my gosh, he's not going to win this. But I didn't come away like, upset. I just cuddled my son. Didn't say a word. And the funny thing about it, the next day we went in the sauna because Conor's been giving me grief. He said, mate, if you took care of business, I wouldn't have to do this. So then we got in the shower. I've got to tell you this joke. We got in the shower and I left the door open. And he started
sauna, Dad.
The sauna. He said, mate, why are you leaving the door open for? And he was really moaning at me. I said, shut up, you loser. But we both burst out laughing because at the end of the day, we know that this...
It was a little bit too soon, Dad. It was like the day after the fight.
Yeah, I know, but you give it to me though, didn't you? You said if I'd done the job, you wouldn't have to do it. And you lost. Now you've got to go and put the record straight, mate.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, don't worry, mate. I'm going to keep reminding you that until you get that victory.
Conor, what can you fix? What must you fix?
Listen, I had a beautiful camp. I had a great camp. I worked extremely hard. I've done the best I could on the night. It was the lack of discipline on the night. You can't prepare for the occasion, the emotions. It was my first fight back here in 3 years. It's just experience gained and lesson learned, for me. But ultimately, I gained more discipline, more calculated. Still that ferocity and tenacity, but just, less emotion.
You told Chris to bring his winter coat this time. Can you tell us what you mean by that?
Oh, well, we thought it was going to be a walk in the park. And I know that's the only reason why he's taken the fight, because there's plenty of names in his division. At this stage of his career, if he had ambitions of winning a world title. So, if it was going to be an easy fight and it turned out not quite so. That's all I meant by that.
What was the difference between the pair of you, Chris, in your own words? What was Conor's undoing in April?
What was his undoing? I'm a better fighter than him. They keep talking about weights. He hasn't fought at welterweight for nearly 4 years. How many times did you hear Terence Crawford talking about the weight divisions he's coming up, fighting Canelo, who's fought at light heavyweight? And there was no rehydration clauses in that fight. So it's pretty embarrassing the amount of times that these guys consistently talk about weight. It had nothing to do with the weight. I am the better, more experienced, more dedicated fighter. That's why he didn't beat me, and that's why he shall not beat me in November.
We'll see.
How do you do it, Conor? How do you beat Chris Eubank Jr.?
Less greed. When I had him hurt in there, he's going to say I didn't have him hurt. When I thought I had him hurt, I was just too greedy in there, looking for the headshots. Game plan went out the window as soon as I hit him in the third round. It was a matter of, it felt like I was always one punch away from closing the show. And I was looking for that one punch, and
oh, man.
Yeah, he looked vulnerable in there. He looked vulnerable. So at some stages he looked old, and I was too busy going in there trying to hurt him over getting the wins.
What makes you laugh, Chris, when you hear that?
Old and vulnerable, and this old man's talking about he wobbled me 4 or 5 times.
You just got to watch it. You just got to watch the fight. You just got to watch the fight. At no stage did you hurt me in there.
The delusion of these guys.
Just watch it. It's not delusion if you can physically see it, Chris.
It's breathtaking. It really is. Yes, you caught me with a few shots. Was I out my feet?
Mate, you was in hospital for 4 days sipping food for a straw. That's what you were doing. So stop all this silly talk.
When
you was in hospital, I was in the gym.
severe dehydration, you have to be treated.
Okay. How much did you
that was
weigh
nothing
then?
to do with your.
Listen, that's what you guys
That was
agreed.
nothing to do with your
That's what you guys agreed. You guys agreed the 10
Regardless of what was agreed.
We said, well, regardless was agreed.
Everyone
Your team are
knows
idiots then, aren't they?
that the
Because
reason
that's what
I
they
was in
agreed.
hospital was
See, my team have
dehydration.
my best interest at heart. They obviously don't yours, because if that's done that much damage, you'd bring it up now. Why not bring it now? You wanted to talk about it. It wasn't even a topic of discussion, Chris.
I'm not here to
You
talk
wanted,
about
well,
it. That's
exactly.
you
So then
guys.
stop moaning about it.
Please.
That's you guys.
Stop moaning about
I'll let
it
you
then.
guys moan about
Oh,
it.
we're good. We're good,
I'm-
Chris.
I'm here to fight.
We ain't moaned about it once. All we hear is you moaning, Chris.
I haven't moaned about
I
it.
feel flattered that you've brought a new trainer in. I feel flattered that you've brought Bomac in, because I know you need it. And he's a great coach. You're a great coach, Bomac, and I've got love for you, mate, but you can't polish a turd. Apologies.
One sentence prediction, Conor. Just finally, one sentence.
Listen, ain't a final prediction. I ain't going to go in there and try and render him unconscious as much as I'd love to. I'm going to go in there and do the best I can with what I can and be disciplined in there. For me, that's experience gained, and really use that experience and the lessons learned from the first fight.
And for you, Chris, final sentence. What happens in the rematch? How do you do it?
Again, the parliamentary will be the procedure.
The master.
Up, Chris, didn't
The
you?
master will be the matador. This man will be the bull.
Thank you for
I'll
your
be
time,
holding my
Chris.
flag
This has
up.
been a pleasure.
He will be running around that
better
ring,
sting
trying to employ all the new techniques. And I don't want to go out there and wear my heart on my sleeve and wing my punches. So I'm going to box, and we're going to have this strategy. All of that stuff is going to go out of the window as soon as that first little right hand connects on his chin. And after that, we're going to have fun in there, baby, like I always do. The procedure will be parliamentary. You guys will see.
Okay, a fight that truly sells itself. The demand through the roof already. Tickets on general sale tomorrow. Set your reminders at ticketmaster.co.uk as we bring the fighters. Hold on to your hats. Face to face once again, Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. And we also welcome to the stage Dr. Rakan Al-Arthi.